I don't know if I can make it to the end of the cycle, guys. I don't know, because I'm already too excited, right? Somebody needs to hold me back, or somebody needs to calm me down, guys. I'm having visions of moon. I'm waking up from sleep, guys, and checking my phone to see what XRP's price is at. Bitcoin, Ethereum, guys. That only happens during moon season. Literally no other time. Does that happen during a bear market? No, nobody cares about cryptos, guys. I can't breathe. I don't know what's happening anymore, but I'm so bullish, guys. Remember, all things must rise, and Bitcoin will. Bitcoin pumps to like 6 figures, guys. End of the cycle. We are all getting rich, guys, by the end of the cycle. Breaking: Thailand SEC approves the first spot Bitcoin ETF. There we go, guys. Right, literally the whole world will be buying. Breaking: Australia's first spot Bitcoin ETF to hold Bitcoin directly officially begins trading, guys, as well. Right, Australia comes into play. Thailand soon. Hong Kong already, guys. Right, and then they have their commercial right here for their Bitcoin ETF. I told you guys, they're all going to be joining the party, guys, right? No country, nation will be left behind, because I guess we're entering this new world, right? Bitcoin pumps, then it pulls Ethereum and XRP with it, guys, right? All your S coins and meme coins, guys. All season is near. I don't know what's happening anymore, but I need to calm down.
Which is why the monochrome Bitcoin ETF uses a benchmark that meets the highest standards regulated by the UK Financial Conduct Authority under European law to set its Bitcoin price so you're not buying blind.
There we go, guys, right? So that's a small snippet of the whole ad. Now, we need all this to happen, guys, right? Because more money will be flowing in, such as this right here. New Hong Kong Bitcoin ETF saw $32 million in inflows yesterday, guys, right? That's only for Hong Kong. Again, Australia, first spot Bitcoin ETF officially started trading, guys, right? Next, Thailand, and next everything else, guys, right? Now, the reason this is important is because the Nase spot Bitcoin ETF saw another positive inflow of 1,521 Bitcoin today, guys, and this is the 15th consecutive days of inflows, right? Bitcoin is gearing up for something magical to appear. Why? Because that was yesterday, guys, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, that was yesterday, but this happened today. ARKB buys 1,970 Bitcoin worth $139 million, right? Look at that. I'm pretty sure that's from Kathy Wood. Then we see BlackRock bought 275 million Bitcoin today as well, guys, right? Huge, trillions incoming, guys, right? Look at all this money flowing in. Now imagine if this is happening with Bitcoin, what happens with Ethereum and alt season, guys? I'm telling you, before a black swan enters, rise and rise and rise and rise, pump and pump and pump, until suddenly one day it doesn't. But who else called this? Who was bullish during the bottom of the bear market? Tell me one other person except us. We were bullish, guys. We actually called the bottom. Can't make that stuff up. Everyone else was bearish. We're always on the right side, it seems as. This isn't financial advice, but please like today's video, because Fidelity buys another, what? 5,380 Bitcoin, guys, today. Or I guess this was yesterday, guys. Or well, it seems like today, right? Let's go. It's all happening, guys. $800 million of Bitcoin shorts will be liquidated at 71.3K, guys. Right? This is why they're going to keep pumping it, guys. Right? Because it seems like we're entering that final phase, right, where things go parabolic. Another week, another record, and it seems like these CME Bitcoin leverage funds net total record short, guys, right? So they're going to obviously take all that short, all those shorts out, guys. Buy Bitcoin and save it. Pay attention from this Mexican billionaire, guys, right? But check this out. This is how we know we're going to go higher. We're not even at the top. Why? It's so simple. It's so easy. Bitcoin is above 70K, and views to these YouTube channels are at 800K per day, compared to 4 million per day in 2021. And that was in 2021, where people didn't really, I mean, they knew about Bitcoin, guys, but now the longer we go, the more adoption there will be of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, right? So, well, technically in 2018 it was probably something like this, guys. Let's see, it was probably like something like that, right? For the social metrics, died one like this, guys, died, and we're now at this point, okay, literally very low. This next point should be all the way up, guys, extremely higher, right? So this means one thing: we're going to surpass 4 million new views per day for the entire or all these YouTube channels, right? Influencers. And it was probably going to go over 10 million per day, guys, at the top of the market, like maybe 20, 30 million, right? New views per day. It's going to get very parabolic, guys, because look at this. It literally went from like maybe 10K, right, to 4 million. Now imagine 40 million, right, or 100 million, guys. Exactly, right? So the higher price of Bitcoin goes, this is going to push up like that, guys. And right now we're at the lowest period, it seems as, right, or one of, guys. Look at that, right? Look at the gap between price and views. Do you guys see price and views up there? That was the top. We have a long ways to go, guys. Why? Because Justin Vanek, CEO, says Bitcoin will eventually become at least half the market cap of gold. What does that mean? This is ridiculous, guys. Because the Vanek, right, these institutions and they themselves, who control the market, say that the leading cryptocurrency Bitcoin will eventually reach a market cap of more than $7 trillion, right? So what is that? Yup, 800K with the market cap of gold, so it's 400K if they have it, right? Crazy, guys. This is ridiculous. Eventually become at least half the market cap of gold, so I think that takes another 5 to 10 years out. I don't think so, guys. I don't think so. I think it takes this cycle, right? We go that high. So we have a long ways to go. Exactly, like we've been saying, guys. I think the cycle ends by end of 2025 or maybe even 2026. Look at this. How one Bitcoin can reach over 500K, guys, per coin by October 2025. Weird, huh? Maybe the top of the cycle around that period. Let us check this out. But if the top of the cycle is here, guys, end of 2025, 2026, what's going to happen, in my opinion, is like this, right? Like that. That's what I think.
You should really look at the pattern of Bitcoin after a halving. So here's a little Bitcoin price analysis for you guys. So there's been a couple of halving cycles that have happened, and I asked him to go back and look at the price performance 1 month after a halving, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, and 18 months after a halving. And what you notice is that there are these moments initially where essentially when you go through a Bitcoin halving, people are sort of reassessing what's happening and they're trying to figure it out. That's sort of what I would say happens in the first month and roughly what also happens in the first 3 months. But then within 6 months to a year and 18 months of these things, there are these crazy price appreciation cycles that happen. So that's what this page shows, which is, 18 months after the first halving, the Bitcoin price returned 45x. After the second halving, it returned almost 28x. And after this third halving, it returned almost an 8x, which is really incredible returns in such a short period of time. If you go to the next page. And so if you graph that, this is what it starts to show, which is what is this price performance after each of these halving cycles. Now, why is that interesting? Well, it's interesting because on top of this halving, which theoretically, if history is a guide, we should see some price appreciation. Obviously, the other thing that's happened is we've commercialized Bitcoin. And we talked about this sort of as my big prediction for 2024, which is these ETFs are really going to allow Bitcoin to cross the chasm and have its sort of central key moment, right? And so if you apply the averages, and again, these are just averages, they're by no means predictions. Okay, so I just want to qualify that.
Yeah, this is not financial advice.
It's not financial advice. These are just guesses. Data. We took these and we applied it to the price of Bitcoin. And if you go to the next page, you start to see what could happen if you just take the average of the last few cycles, because the first cycle was so extreme, and you start to...
so you're just doing cycle 2 and 3 here, to be clear.
Just the averages of cycle 2 and 3, and what you start to see is some really meaningful appreciation. And when I talked to Wences about this, how he explained it, which makes a lot of sense to me, is there are a lot of countries that will never look at Bitcoin credibly, even if they support it. The US may be one of those, but there's an increasing body of countries that will become dual currency. And they will look at their local currency, and then they will look at Bitcoin. And they will say both of these two things are needed. One, when you're transacting on a daily basis for random goods and services. And two, when you need to buy a permanent asset that needs to have residual value, you'll use something like BTC. And I think that's a very powerful concept. And if you look at what this price chart could indicate, is that if this thing starts to get to these levels of appreciation, it is going to completely replace gold and start to become something that has transactional utility for hard assets. And I think if you marry that with this worry that some folks have about dollar debasement, you start to see some really interesting opportunities.
Yep, I could clearly tell. I could clearly see Bitcoin at 500,000, guys. Who knows, even 1 million by the end of the cycle. If Bitcoin hits around these prices, XRP's at $90 in my humble opinion, guys. This isn't financial advice, right? How is it possible? You may be asking, please. This is crazy, guys. This is why. Bitcoin versus USD M2 expansion. They expanded the money supply during a what crisis? You guys understand that type of crisis in 2020. Exactly. Oh my gosh, I'm about to cry, guys. I can't faint. I'm gonna faint. Okay, so we're at actually lower than that period of time. It's like a bullish divergence, correct? Okay, here's the game plan, guys. we go, this is Bitcoin's price, okay? This full history is Bitcoin's price, this blue line. I think what's going to happen is we pump like this, black swan enters, sharp correction, right? Then and then we go higher like that, guys, right? Like this, like that, and we go higher until 2026. Why? Because the money expansion will probably go something like this, guys, right? Up a little bit, maybe tiny, guys, but then it's going to literally explode when that black swan event occurs, right? It's just going to go like this, guys, like that, right? Exactly. The only way they really bring upon M2 expansion is the last time it happened was due to a black swan event. I think we literally cracked the code, guys. Bitcoin is heading to 500k. Let's go, 300k. I don't care. We're getting rich, guys, by this cycle. Come on, it doesn't get much simpler than this. The entire market is undergoing bullish expansion on a very high time frame, and it's only just begun. Exactly, and people are so scared. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen, guys? We're right now at this point. Come on, guys. Right. So some charts are maybe perhaps we just go higher like that, guys, and we never see the black swan events, right? It doesn't matter to me. What matters is, are we bullish or not? And we called it from the beginning of time, right? We were bullish at these price ranges right here, guys, at literally the bottom, right? Not to mention, this is the so Bitcoin had no business setting new highs in 2021. M1 soared to record heights, but Bitcoin couldn't set one against it. That's big. Oh my, guys. Wow, XRP is really going to $90 by the end of the cycle, by the looks of it. This is ridiculous. Is Bitcoin going to head to $1 million? This chart says it will, or like insanely high prices. In the 2016 cycle, it broke out of this what is that? It broke out of the M1, right? M1 supply. Or now it's at this point, guys. We broke out again, right? Bitcoin M1 versus M1, guys. Plus we're above this indicator as well, right? The last time it happened, Bitcoin went from like, what is that, $500 to 20k, right? We're now at 70k to what, $1 million plus by the end of the cycle. You guys can see a cycle. Weird. That's oh my, I don't know anymore, guys. I'm just going to pause right there because I can't take it anymore. It's just too extremely bullish, right? That's how it is before what happens? Collapses. Exactly. Not financial advice, let's prepare. And I'm so excited. Not financial advice, not financial advice. See ya.